Hey guys, we got this 2018 Ram 2500 and we're changing out the engine oil pan. We've made up a special service tool to actually do this job, and we had to take a bunch of stuff off: air conditioning compressor, sway bar link, belt tensioner, evacuate the air conditioning system, and fan shroud, couple other things like that, crankcase ventilation filter. But yeah, this is sort of 2018 and newer Rams. The frame designs changed where this crossmember piece of the frame is much more forwards to the engine. But we've made some custom one-off brackets that mount up to the block here. And then we've got a drop-down section that bolts to those mounts. And it sits in here like this, so that we can put a screw jack up against this thing and lift the motor up so we can get in there and change the oil pan lickety split. Yeah, this is just sort of a general overview of what we're doing, give you a little bit of insight on how we're doing it and some of the things you might need to do, but this is not a step-by-step tutorial. Once you get the pan down, you're gonna have to take the oil pickup tube out in order to get the pan completely out. And the rear, well, it would be on the front of the engine more so, but the oil pickup bolts, there's two of them that go in where it actually goes up to the block assembly with the gasket in there. And there's not a lot of room to get in there, so you're gonna have to use something small and slim, long ratchet or a ratchet wrench of some sort. So just a heads up that is probably gonna be one of the most challenging things besides lifting the engine. Okay, we're just putting everything back together and the engine's now sitting on the frame. I'm just taking this mount off. We got this custom mount here that we've made. This isn't something you can buy, this is something we've made. And you can see there's a bit of an angle on it, and it's sitting out here. Now the reason that we made this mount was so that we could lift the engine up from underneath using a screw jack. We were going to originally use the transmission jack, but it's only rated for 700 pounds, and you know, there's a chance that the actual jack could fail and that the cylinder could fail and then the engine could drop, and if my arm's in there, my arm gets squished. So it's much nicer with the screw jack. There's really no chance of it failing. But yeah, this piece here, I'll show you. There's actually three separate pieces that we've made, and we're pushing off of the corner of the engine. So this is the one piece here. This is what's gonna bolt up to the two other pieces on the corner of the block. We're lifting off the corner of the block, by the way. You can see we've got cutouts here and here where the oil pan goes around, and that'll just still give us access. By having it angled like that, it gives us room to get in and work away on these front bolts here, and just gives us more working room. The oil pickup tube runs up in there, so just gives us more room. We've got bolts that go in through to the sides here, and I'll take them off and show you. Now, this one, not only, it passes into the coolant, I don't know what the hell you'd call it, but it's a cast iron piece that is the alternator bracket, air conditioning compressor bracket, and it's also like a coolant pass-through all in one. So it's pretty strong. Like I say, it's cast iron. We've bolted to that thing, basically, and that's where we're lifting it off of. I actually, there's another YouTuber that made a video of something similar like this. He was doing it this way and using the transmission jack to lift it up. However, the trucks that he was working on must have been an older generation, because this part of the frame wasn't here. This cross member piece was further back in, so it must have been like an older gen, but this is a 2018. So pretty much this and all of the newer trucks are like this, where the crossover piece here is much closer to the front of the engine, and there's not a lot of room to lift off of. Now, the factory manual tells you to use a special service tool. It's basically a bar that goes across and sits on near the fenders, I believe, or somewhere like that, and hooks onto the engine, and you lift the engine that way. But we wanted to do it like this. And it probably took about a day of fabrication in order to make all the pieces by the time we get them all traced out and welded together and whatnot. So let me get these things off of here and we'll go over those. Okay, so here's the mount pieces that we made. This is the driver's side front corner. And we've got a couple washers here. We were gonna like double lap some steel because there's a bracket that sits out, so there's sort of a drop off. But anyhow, you can see we've put some bracing in here, and we've dropped a bolt down through and welded that so that the bolts stick down there, so we can bolt that other piece on that I showed you just a few minutes ago. This is the side that goes on the passenger side. And this section right here actually goes into where that water pump housing, or sorry, that coolant jacket housing that holds the alternator and the air compressor, it goes in there, and then the bolts go directly into the block itself. So we're not bolting to that bracket, but we're up against the bracket, bolting into the block. That's where we're going into. So
You gotta be good at welding to make this happen.
yeah, if you're gonna make this yourself, you better make sure that you do it good, because if that snaps off while you got your arm in there trying to undo the oil pickup tube, I mean, that engine and transmission's like at least 700, 900 pounds, something like that. Like, they're heavy, so you don't want that thing crushing your arm. So yeah, it's not something to just cobble together and go at it. You want to make sure that it's done with thick metal, and make sure it's welded real good if you're going to try to do it. I don't recommend it, but I mean, I seen another guy doing it. I was like, I'm doing that too, and we did it, and it worked great. So another option is to, like, you could also have another jack stand of some sort sitting on the crank just as a backup in case something did happen and the weld broke or whatever. You know, at least then the weight of everything's going to be on the crank. Is it going to damage anything? It might not. I don't know. Haven't tried it. But yeah, besides that, I just wanted to show you that that's kind of how we did it. We had to move a lot of things out of the road. Like, the fan shroud had to come off. The crankcase ventilation filter had to come off. We took the air box out. We took the air conditioning compressor out so that we could mount that block on, which means we had to evacuate the air conditioning system. But we were in here doing a turbocharger actuator, so we had a bunch of stuff already out. And then, yeah, take the belt off, a bunch of other things.
Talk about the crank.
Drain the coolant.
Sorry, talk about the connecting rod cap coming down.
So the connecting rods can actually drop down into this area of the oil pan. So we had to actually rotate the crank. We're using a pry bar. We went in through the bell housing where the flywheel is, and we were able to rotate the engine in order to move the crank and connecting rod assembly up and out of the road so that we could slide the pan backwards, because it was getting caught on this end of the pan when we were trying to pull it out that way. So just a heads up that you might get snagged on that too. But lifting it up this way gives you quite a bit of room. By the time you get up to the wiper cowl, the engine gets up there, you know, you got a good like 5 or 6 inches of room between the engine and the actual cross member. So it's totally doable. So there is actually a torque specs with a sequence to tighten down the pan. But I just thought, yeah, I thought I'd share this video as an overview and a way to do it besides using the special service tool or pulling the cab. If you got any questions, throw them in the comments. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this video gives you some sort of insight at least. It's not a full tutorial, step-by-step how-to, but I just wanted to show you a few things along the way. So once again, thanks for watching. Throw a comment down in the comment section if you have any questions. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.